Hey everyone, Belinda's here. Today we're going to inform you about the upcoming movies, documentaries, and series on Netflix in August 2023. Please subscribe before continuing to explore the world of cinema with us. As summer vacation begins to wind down for many across North America, Netflix offers some fantastic titles available to stream if you're in the mood to watch enjoyable movies. And here is the full list to know what else is coming to Netflix in August. August 1st, Untold, Jake Paul, The Problem Child. Untold, a Netflix sports documentary series, will reveal Jake Paul's full story in its third season. The program, aptly titled Jake Paul, The Problem Child, will follow the 26-year-old's transition from creating viral videos to selling out arena-sized showdowns. You may remember that Paul rose to prominence as a troublemaking teen on Vine, then YouTube, before diverting that energy to boxing. The trailer promises interviews with the Paul brothers, Too Fast, Too Furious. The OG of Fast and Furious franchise will be streaming in Netflix that focuses on ex-police officer Brian O'Connor, who relocates from Los Angeles to Miami to start over. Becoming involved in the street racing scene in his new city, Brian befriends car-savvy Tej and Suki, but his competitive streak ends when federal agents apprehend him, and he must enter into a deal with the FBI. Working with new partner Roman Pierce, Brian begins a dangerous mission to take down a powerful drug dealer. B-movie. Fresh out of college, Barry the Bee finds the prospect of working with honey uninspiring. He flies outside the hive for the first time and talks to a human, breaking a cardinal rule of his species. Barry learns that humans have been stealing and eating honey for centuries, and he realizes that his true calling is to obtain justice for his kind by suing humanity for theft. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. Flint Lockwood now works at the Live Corp company for his idol Chester V, but he's forced to leave his post when he learns that his most infamous machine is still operational and is churning out menacing food-animal hybrids. With the fate of humanity in Flint's hands, he and his friends set out to save the world from crocodiles, chimpanzees, and other deliciously dangerous creatures. Coming to America. Prince Akeem is the prince of a wealthy African country and wants for nothing, except a wife who will love him in spite of his title. To escape an arranged marriage, Akeem flees to America accompanied by his persnickety sidekick, Semi, to find his queen. Disguised as a foreign student working in fast food, he romances Lisa, but struggles with revealing his true identity to her and his marital intentions to his king father. Despicable Me. A man who delights in all things wicked, supervillain Gru hatches a plan to steal the moon. Surrounded by an army of little yellow minions and his impenetrable arsenal of weapons and war machines, Gru makes ready to vanquish all who stand in his way. But nothing in his calculations and groundwork has prepared him for his greatest challenge: 3 adorable orphan girls who want to make him their dad. Eat, Pray, Love. With a house, a husband, and a lucrative business, Liz believed she had everything she needed in life. Now newly divorced and facing a turning point, she finds that she is confused about what is important to her. Liz sets out on a journey of self-discovery that leads her to Italy, India, and Bali after having the courage to move outside of her comfort zone. Fast and Furious 4. When a loved one is brutally killed, Dominic Toretto is compelled to come out of hiding. When he travels to Los Angeles to find the offender, he runs up FBI agent Brian O'Connor, whose undercover espionage against Toretto's gang resulted in the motorized criminal's banishment across the border. As they investigate the killing, the two men briefly put their differences aside. Fast 5. Since freeing her brother Dom from custody, ex-cop Brian O'Connor and Mia Toretto have crossed borders in an effort to avoid capture. Before they can finally achieve their freedom, they must perform one last task in Rio de Janeiro. Before the federal agent Hobbs on their trail finds them, Brian and Dom realize they must face the crooked businessman who wants to kill them. So they put together their top team of car racers, the Fast and the Furious. Dominic Toretto loves the rush of racing streetcars, and his followers worship him like a rock star. Following a fiery meeting with the brutal Johnny Tran, Dom chooses to mentor Brian, a rookie to street racing. The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift. Sean constantly feels like an outsider, yet he finds his identity in his street racing triumphs. He relocates to Japan to live with his father because his pastime makes him unpopular with the authorities. Once there, feeling even more out of place, he discovers a thrilling but risky new way to play the game. When Sean challenges the local champion and develops feelings for the man's girlfriend, the dangers are coming. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Ferris Bueller has an uncanny skill at cutting classes and getting away with it. Ferris calls in sick, borrows his dad Ferrari, and sets out on a one-day adventure around the streets of Chicago with his girlfriend and his best friend, with the intention of pulling one final fast one before graduating. Friends with benefits. Dylan, a Los Angeles-based art director, is persuaded to accept a position at the New York headquarters of GQ magazine by Jamie, a New York-based executive recruiter. They discover they have a lot in common and quickly become friends. Dylan and Jamie make the decision to stop hunting for real love and put more of an emphasis on having fun after becoming jaded by several failed relationships. However, issues arise when the two closest friends sleeping together. It's complicated. The successful restaurateur Jane and Jake have been divorced for a long time, yet they are still close. Jane discovers she is the second woman in the now remarried Jake's life when a casual meal together escalates into an affair. Adam, the architect she hired to rebuild her kitchen, is still grieving the end of his own marriage. He finds himself falling for Jane, but he quickly learns that he is now caught up in a love triangle. Just go with it. Plastic surgeon Danny, whose heart was recently crushed, pretends to be married so he may go on dates without any obligations. Even if his web of lies is effective, Palmer, the girl of his dreams, doesn't want to be involved. Instead of telling the truth, Danny asks his assistant Catherine to pretend to be his soon-to-be ex-wife. Instead of solving Danny's problems, the lies create more trouble. Lost in translation. In Tokyo, a confused newlywed named Charlotte and a lonely, aging movie star named Bob Harris cross paths. Charlotte is traveling with her husband, a star photographer, while Bob is there to shoot a Japanese whiskey ad. After an accidental encounter in the peaceful lull of the hotel bar, two strangers in a strange world discover escape, distraction, and understanding amidst the brilliant Tokyo lights. Madagascar. 3. Europe's Most Wanted. 4 animal friends, Alex, Marty, Melman, and Gloria, are still attempting to return to the Central Park Zoo in New York. To track down the chimpanzees and penguins responsible for robbing a Monte Carlo casino, they are forced to make a detour via Europe. Alex and friends are forced to hide out in a traveling circus after being detected by French animal control officer Capitaine Chantal Dubois. No strings attached. Emma and Adam, who have been friends their entire lives, decide to have sleep together to further their relationship. The new lovers agree to keep things just sexual, without fighting, jealousy, or expectations out of fear that it will destroy their friendship. As long as they don't fall in love, Emma and Adam swear to do anything they want, wherever they want. So the question is, who will crumble first? Pawn Stars Season 14. Pawn Stars takes you inside the colorful world of the gold and silver pawn shop based in Las Vegas, Nevada. Watch as 3 generations of the Harrison family jointly run the business and experience clashing and camaraderie. They're experts at wheeling and dealing, with a keen eye for authentic goods. Palms. An introverted woman named Martha relocates to a retirement neighborhood with shuffleboard, golf, bowling, and other activities. Cheryl, a friendly neighbor who urges that they become best friends, is someone she encounters while hoping to be left alone. Martha decides to start a cheerleading team with her new friend after coming out of her shell. The 2 women discover that it's never too late to pursue your goals, even when the odds are stacked against you, when they hold auditions. Terminator Genesis. An unexpected sequence of events leads to an altered reality when John Connor, the head of the human resistance to Skynet, sends Kyle Reese back to 1984 to defend his mother, Sarah, from a Terminator assassin. Instead of a scared waitress, Sarah is a skilled fighter and has a Terminator guardian by her side. Reese embarks on an unexpected new mission to reset the future. He encounters odd allies and frightening new opponents. August 2nd, Poisoned, the dirty truth about your food. While the first thing that comes to the mind when we hear the word humans is emotion, it is not a need of the human body. It never was. Food is the primary requirement that we need to survive. Food that is clean and safe. And Netflix's upcoming documentary film, Poisoned, the Dirty Truth About Your Food, aims to show how far we really are from that. August 3rd, Head to Head. Head to Head is a Netflix film. The film is focused when a lovesick chauffeur and a bootlegger mechanic mistakenly pick up a retired crime lord. A wild, life-changing adventure begins. The last hours of Mario Biondo. Questions persist about the last night of Mario Biondo, the husband of Spanish TV host Raquel Sanchez Silva. This true crime series uncovers new details. The Lincoln Lawyer Season 2 Part 2. Get ready for an exciting episode of The Lincoln Lawyer Season 2, titled Obligations. In this episode, we follow Mickey as he fights for justice and deals with complicated relationships and dangerous situations. Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Akira Tendo works at an exploitative company where he suffers endless hours and harassment from his boss. Spending more days feeling dead than alive, he awakes to discover his town has been devastated and overtaken by zombies, and suddenly feels excited at the prospect of not needing to go to the office anymore. After witnessing an older coworker he looked up to become a zombie, he comes to the realization that he'd rather be eaten by zombies if he can't do what he wants. Akira comes up with a bucket list of 100 things he wants to do before becoming a zombie. August 4th, The Big Nailed It Baking Challenge. 10 inexperienced but motivated bakers compete against each other with assistance and instruction from well-known pastry chefs, with a cash prize on the line for the winning baker. August 8th, Gabby's Dollhouse Season 8. Gabby and all her kitty pals are ready for a high-seas adventure aboard the SS Mercat to visit Mermaid Lantis and find their special sparkle, that little something-something that makes them unique and special. They'll also take a snow cruise to visit Pete the Polar Bear's Rainbow Igloo and go on a shiny-as-miney treasure hunt. Untold, Johnny Football. This documentary traces the meteoric rise and precipitous fall of football star Johnny Manziel via interviews with friends, coaches, and Manziel himself. Zombieverse. A group of unwitting contestants gather to take part in a reality dating show. But things take a terrifying turn when they find themselves in the middle of Seoul, overrun by zombies. Together, they must escape the city and outrun the Walking Dead, or risk becoming zombies themselves. August 9th, Ladies First, a story of women in hip-hop. The 4-episode docu is billed as a series that recontextualizes the irrepressible women of hip-hop and their role in the genre's 50 years by reinserting them into the canon where they belong, at the center, from day one to present day. August 10th, Jagun Jagun. Jagun Jagun is a period piece that follows a young man determined to become a powerful warrior. He joins an elite army, encountering the wrath of a maniacal warlord and the love of a fierce woman. Mech Cadets. 50 years in the future, after a terrifying alien species attacked our planet, teenager Stanford Yu works as a janitor at the Sky Corps Military Academy. But he's only dreamed of one thing his entire life: to pilot a robo-mech, giant robots from outer space who came to our aid. Painkiller. Painkiller is a limited series that explores some of the origins and aftermath of the opioid crisis in America, highlighting the stories of the perpetrators, victims, and truth seekers whose lives are forever altered by the invention of OxyContin. August 11th, Heart of Stone. International intelligence agent Rachel Stone must embark on a dangerous mission to protect the mysterious MacGuffin known as the Heart. Stone is tasked by the peacekeeping operation known as Charter to keep the object safe from falling into enemy hands. August 12th, Behind Your Touch. Bong Ye-boon works as a veterinarian in the peaceful and crime-free rural village of Mujin. She also possesses a psychometry superpower. When she touches the rear end of a person or animal, she is able to see into their past. One day, she gets involved with Detective Moon Jong-yeol. He uses Bong Yi-boon's special psychometry superpower on small cases in their town. August 14th, Paddington. After a deadly earthquake destroys his home in Peruvian rainforest, a young bear named Paddington makes his way to England in search of a new home. The bear finds shelter with the family of Henry and Mary Brown. Although Paddington's amazement at urban living soon endears him to the Browns, someone else has her eye on him. Taxidermist Millicent Clyde has designs on the rare bear and his hide. The Wiggles. Ready, Steady, Wiggle Season 4. Ready, Steady, Wiggle is a series from the early childhood entertainment specialists, The Wiggles, featuring brand new songs along with fresh interpretations of classics. August 15th, Ancient Aliens Season 5. Ancient Aliens is a television series that explores the pseudo-scientific hypothesis of ancient astronauts in a non-critical documentary format. Ballers. Season 1 to 5. Ballers is an American sports comedy drama television series starring Dwayne Johnson as Spencer Strasmore, a retired NFL player who must navigate his new career of choice as the financial manager of other NFL players. Untold Hall of Shame. Examine one of sports' biggest steroid scandals via interviews with the head of Balco Lab, athletes suspected of using performance-enhancing drugs, and more. August 16th, At Home with the Furies. The series focused on the heavyweight champion as he retired from the ring and tries to embrace retirement with his family, including his wife Paris, father John, and his 6 children. The Chosen One. Meet Jody, a 12-year-old boy in Baja California, suddenly discovers he has Jesus-like powers. He can turn water into wine, make the crippled walk, and perhaps even raise the dead. Depp-Amber Heard. Depp-Amber Heard is a 3-part documentary directed by BAFTA-nominated Emma Cooper, showing both testimonies side by side for the first time. This series explores the trial that set Hollywood ablaze and the online fallout that ensued. August 17th, My Dad, The Bounty Hunter Season 2. The cartoon revolves around Sean and Lisa, who are set on a mission. They have now decided to make their dad pay them back for not spending time with them. They expect the pay in the form of interest. The interest is time and attention. Yes, we all agree that this is so adorable. The children are waiting for their dear dad. The second season may thus continue on this. The Upshaws Part 4. Netflix's First Family of Indianapolis is back in The Upshaws Part 4. The comedy has been a hit for viewers who can't get enough of watching Mike Epps and Wanda Sykes trade comedic insults as Benny and Lucretia. August 18th, 10 Days of a Bad Man. The film follows Sadik, an ex-lawyer who is working as a private investigator. He takes up a complicated case, and his simple life starts to unravel. Mask Girl. Kim Momi, an ordinary office worker by day who is insecure about her appearance, and a live streamer by night who covers up her face with a mask as she becomes embroiled in an unforeseen incident and undergoes a dramatic turn of events. The Monkey King. A monkey and his magical fighting stick team up on an epic quest during which they must go head-to-head against gods, demons, dragons, and the greatest enemy of all, monkey's own ego. August 23rd, The Big Short. Based on the book by Michael Lewis, the true story of a handful of investors who bet against the U.S. mortgage market in 2006. Through their own research, they discovered that the U.S. mortgage-backed securities market was a bubble about to burst, and they invested accordingly. What they didn't initially know was how structurally flawed the MBS system was, the level of corruption in the market, and the impact on the average person when the bubble burst. Sausage Party. Frank is a sausage who has always wanted to be purchased and go home, but he does not yet know the truth. What he does not know is that his kind is used as a snack, and he strives to find the truth of his existence in this cruel food-eating world. Squared Love Everlasting. In this third Squared Love film, Monica and Enzo's whirlwind romance heads toward a fairy tale ending until a bombshell revelation changes everything. The Ultimatum. Marry or Move On Season 2. Start the clock, because the time for uncertainty is almost up for a new group of couples in The Ultimatum. marry or move on. 5 relationships on the brink of marriage or a breakup will feel the pressure as the love experiment returns. The faces might be new, but the concept remains the same. One partner in each relationship is ready to settle down and pop the question, while the other is dragging their feet to the aisle. So an ultimatum is issued. August 24th, Baki Hanma Season 2 Part 2. The story finally unfolds into a full-blooded clash between Baki Hanma and his father, Eiichiro Hanma, who is known as the strongest creature on Earth. The climax of the Baki universe, which depicted the strongest parent-child brawl in history of the world in the original manga, has been adapted into the long-awaited anime. Ragnarok Season 3. Ragnarok Season 3 will bring the Netflix Norse tale to an end as the final chapter of the 3-season story that will likely lead to a battle of the gods. Ragnarok seems to be heading toward a conflict between the reincarnations of Thor and Loki in Season 3, who is Aaron Carter. Netflix series that focused on British teacher named Erin Calantes finds herself caught up in a supermarket robbery case. Erin's situation gets more complicated when one of the supermarket robbers claims to recognize her. August 30th, Karate Sheep Season 2. 2 clever sheep use karate and high-tech gadgets to protect their flock from a hungry wolf who's determined to make them all his dinner. One Piece. The series follows the adventures of the Straw Hat Pirates as they explore the dangerous oceans, lands, and beyond in search of the One Piece, a fabled treasure that will make their captain Monkey D. Luffy the king of the pirates. So which movie, series, or even documentary that you cannot wait to watch on Netflix? Let me know in the comment. If there's any topic that you want me to discuss, please comment below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also turn notification on. See you in the next video.